Okay, so continuing with the factors that caused the First World War. Okay, now what were the reason because of which we had the First World War? There were many reasons. The First World War could be considered as one of the most heartbreaking and unforgettable events of the modern world. So it is something which happened in the modern time and something which you cannot forget. Okay, something which broke so many people's heart. Okay. Many factors were responsible for this. The First World War began on 1st August 1914. Germany had defeated France in the Sedan War, because of which France had to sign the Treaty of Frankfurt in 1871, according to which France had to pay heavy war fine as well as give two of its province, Lorraine and Alsace, to Germany. France had not been able to overcome this humiliation. Thus, the Frankfurt Treaty itself was the cause of the First World War. Now, what happened is, before the First World War, there was a war between Germany and France, okay, and it was called the Sedan War. In this Sedan War, the French lost the war and Germany won the war. So there were two very important territories of France, that is Lorraine and Alsace. These two territories of France was taken away by Germany, okay, and Germany made France sign the treaty. Treaty is like a contract, okay. So they made France sign the treaty, and that treaty was very, very humiliating. Humiliating, એટલે insulting. Okay, that treaty was very insulting, and because of that, France was very, very angry on Germany. This treaty was called the Frankfurt Treaty. Okay, and the Frankfurt Treaty itself was one of the reasons why you had the First World War taking place. Okay. So let's go with the factors that led to the First World War. First is economic factors. England had established a vast empire in Asia and Africa in the 19th century. It exploited the colonies economically and became rich. Due to industrialization and swift colonization, Europe required huge quantity of raw material in the last quarter of 19th century. Germany had started the competition to procure the markets in Asia and Africa. Germany started applying cheaper goods in comparison to England and France. The African Asian markets that England and French dominated were now broken by Germany. Thus, there was an intense economic competition between Germany and England. So now what happened? By the time it was 19th century, you had England and France occupying major territories in Asia and Africa. Now what happened? I told you, right? The raw material was taken from the colonies. It was taken to England. It was taken to European countries, and the goods were manufactured and brought back to the colonies for selling it. Now what happened is, because of this, okay, because of this, England and French became very, very rich. Okay, that is, they used to take the raw materials from the colonies, take it back to their country, manufacture the goods and bring it back to the colonies and sell it. Okay, and because of this, you had England and French becoming very, very rich. Now what happened is, by the time Germany entered the competition, okay, what they did is they started selling their goods at much cheaper rate. Cheap એટલે સસ્તા. Okay, so Germany started selling their goods at a very sasta rate, and because of that, people stopped buying the products that were from England and French. Obviously, you are going to buy a product which is cheaper, right? So people started buying products which were from Germany, and because of that, the strong market which was created by England and France, it broke down because of Germany. Next is militarism. Military force was necessary and important for the competition that of the European nations got into. For expansion, England, France, Austria, Russia, etc. had began expanding military power, while the countries like Japan, Italy and Germany, compulsory military training had started. Production of weapons was increased under the pretext of self-defense. Thus, militarism got impetus and military competition added to economic competition created to serious atmosphere of war. Now what happened was, there was lot of military development, there was lot of development in terms of weapons. Okay, every country started manufacturing lots and lots of weapons, lots and lots of military items. on pretext of self defense. What is pretext of self defense? They started telling that because we have power in Asia, because we have power in Africa, we want to create a strong military base in order to keep ourselves safe so that nobody attacks us. But indirectly, they were not scared of African and Asian countries. They were scared of each other. England, France, Germany, they were all scared of each other. They were scared that what if they attacked us, or what if we were attacked by somebody. Okay, so on that scene, okay, they started developing more and more weapons. Okay, there were countries like Japan, Germany, where people were told to compulsory train themselves in military. Okay, the general public, everybody got military training in Germany and Italy. Okay, so indirectly what happened, there were so many weapons with them that let's say I'm Germany and y'all are England. Okay, England was scared, what if Germany attacks us? Germany was scared that what if England attacks us? And on that scene, they started increasing more and more and more and more weapons. There was no trust left. Okay, they did not trust each other, and there was an atmosphere of war created. Okay, people started feeling, what if there is going to be a war? Okay, so there was a whole atmosphere of war that was created. Groupism and secret treaties. Groupism and secret treaties played a major role in the First World War. The war was divided into two groups. Before the First World War, on one side was a group of Germany, Austria, Hungary, Bulgaria, Turkey, while on the other side was the group of England, France, Russia, Japan. A feeling of jealousy, immunity, mistrust, fear, hatred involved between the groups, which was an important factor of the First World War. Okay, so now what happened is, before the First World War, there were two groups that were created. One group included Germany, Austria, Hungary, Bulgaria and Turkey. Okay, this was one group, and the second group was England, France, Russia and Japan. Now these two groups, they did not trust each other, and they signed secret treaties. What was a secret treaty? Let us say Germany and Austria are in one group, right? So if any other country, let us say England attacks Austria, then Germany and the other people in the group will support Austria. Understanding? So such secret treaties were signed because they were scared of each other, that what if the other country attacks us, what if the other country shows their military power on us. So there was lot of secret treaties that were signed. There was lot of jealousy. Okay, they were jealous of each other. There was lot of feeling of enmity. Enmity is like feeling of enemy, hatred. Okay, they hated each other. So there were like strong reasons why you feel that the First World War would have taken place. So these were the two groups that were created, and there were a lot of secret treaties that were signed. Treaty is like a contract. Okay, again I'm telling you, treaty is like a contract which was signed between each other, that in case if the other country attacks us, the other people in the group has to support us. That is what happens, right? Even in your class, let us say you have a friend circle, okay, and you have another friend circle. તો આપના friend circle માં અને બીજાના friend circle માં અગર બેયમાં fight થઈ જાય, okay, તો obviously આપનું group આપને support કરશે ને એનું group એને support કરશે, right? So similar thing happened over here. Even if one country was attacked, the whole group would support that country. Okay. Next is feeling of fierce nationalism. Nationalism is a feeling of, let us say, nationalism is a feeling wherein you feel attached towards your country. कि भाई હું મારા country માટે જાન દઈ દઈશ, મારી country is very important, my country is the best country, મારી country જેવું કોઈ country નથી. That is the feeling of nationalism. Okay. The independence of Belgium and Greece and the unification of Germany and Italy was the result of nationalism. Now what happened? Belgium got independent, Greece got independent, Germany became one. I told you, right? Germany was divided into East Germany and West Germany. Similarly, Italy was also divided. But soon they became one power. And because of this, why did it happen? Because of nationalism. That is, people started feeling that they should be one, their nation should be one, their nation should not be ruled by anyone, and that is how they became a strong country, and they became united country. But later on, feeling of nationalism took an extreme and narrow form in Europe. soon what happened, કોઈ પણ વસ્તુ અગર વધારે થઈ જાય તો it becomes bad, right? Anything in excess is bad. So what happened is this nationalism took a form of negativity. Okay, negative way માં થવા માંડ્યું. That is, people started having the feeling of oneness, greatness towards their country, but they said અમારી country જેવું બીજું એક country ન થવું જોઈએ, અમારું country સૌથી top હોવું જોઈએ. And in that race they started hating each other, they started hating other countries. So that is what is narrow nationalism. Okay, economic jealousy, competitiveness, colonization in Europe had increased so much that the national interests of each other began to clash. Now what happened? Jealousy was so much, competition was so much, every country wanted to have its own colony, every person, every colony wanted to become economically rich. In that scene they started hating each other, in that scene they started speaking bad about each other. Okay, and there was a clash એટલે ટકરાર થાવી. There was a clash of ideas, there was a clash of the way you think, the way you act. So આ બધી વસ્તુમાં there was a clash. Leading European nations began teaching extreme and destructive nationalism to people. So later on what happened, all the powerful countries which were there, they started telling people that you have to love your own country, you have to your soul, your thing should be for your country, you should take your country forward, all these. But they said they said such things in a negative way. You can become topmost nation, it's not bad, but saying kill other people to become topmost power is something which is wrong, right? So negative nationalism was being taught to people. Okay, and people were told extreme ideas. What were extreme ideas? કે અગર કંટ્રીને સૌથી ઉપર ટોપમાં લાવવું પડે અને એના માટે તમારે તમારા બીજી કંટ્રીના લોકોને મારવા પડે, તો that is okay. So all these negative things were being taught to people. Okay, love for one's own nation and hatred for the other nation was encouraged. Love your nation and hate another nation was something which was told to people. The Germany's chief Kaiser Wilhelm was the other originator of nationalism and colonialism. He was over ambitious and believed in world leadership. He wanted to get things done according to his will, and with the help of his grand military power, the feeling of war was spread towards the other nation, as in Germany, and this had resulted in the First World War. Now, Germany chief હતો, okay, there was a person who was ruling over Germany, okay, and that person's name was Kaiser Wilhelm. Now, this Kaiser Wilhelm was a person who taught extreme nationalism to people. He was very over ambitious એટલે એને બહુ બધી territories જોતી હતી. He wanted to become very successful. Okay, and in that race he told people that you should love your own country, and he started spreading the feeling of hatred towards other country. Okay, he told the people of Germany that you should hate other countries. Okay, and that is how the whole atmosphere of war was created in the world. Role of newspaper. Now you all know newspapers play a major role. The newspaper of European nations aroused so much of hatred among the people with their mutual derogatory, provocative, exaggerated and false write-ups by spitting venom against the rival nation that the rulers of the respective nations could not even make the efforts for establishing peace and harmony. Now newspaper is something which is very important. Newspaper is something which you read every day, right? So what did newspaper do? They started writing fake news, they started creating lot of hatred, they started creating jealousy. They wrote articles which were full of hate. Okay, they wrote articles which were wrong sometimes. Okay, and this is how there was a feeling of hatred created among the people of the nation. Okay, and very provocative એટલે provocative is a thing wherein, let's say, હું તમને ચોંટીઓ ભરું. So I am irritating you, so in return what you will do? Stop it. That is called provocation. કે હું તમને provoke કરું છું, હું તમને ક્યારની ચીટિયા ભરું છું ત્યાંથી તમે મારી ઉપર ભડકો, right? So such articles were written, provocative, કે ભડકામના articles રખવામાં આવ્યા. Okay, don't remember all the things, just remember provocative false write-ups and hatred. Okay, a lot of hatred was spread with newspaper. Now, philosophy of the war. The philosophy of war is welfare took root in Europe. The German writer Trotsky published maximism like the mighty deserves to live and war alone is the national need. Nietzsche, the German writer, expressed war as a sacred work. The prince. Okay, so now what happened? There was a philosophy of war that was created wherein people were told war is good. War will lead to good things. So there was a philosophy in whole of Europe which was spread that war is equal to welfare. Welfare means doing good. So there was a wrong philosophy which was spread among the people that war is good. Okay, there were a lot of books also published. Okay, for example, there was a German writer whose name was Trotsky, and he wrote a book, Only the Mighty Deserves to Live. Mighty એટલે only a winner deserves to live. Okay, and the other book he wrote was War Alone is the National Need. Okay, અત્યારના nationની need શું છે? War છે. These all wrong ideas that war is good, war is nice, war is this, war is that. It was something which was spread by the writers. There was another German writer whose name was Nietzsche. He said that war is a sacred work. War is something which is very, very important. Okay, so these were the factors that led to the First World War. Now there was one which was a very, very immediate factor. Immediate એટલે બધું ready હતું. Okay, બંદૂક તોપ હતી અને one thing, this one incident that happened which led to the sparkling of the war, and suddenly the war began. Okay, now what was that incident? The Prince of Austria and his wife were assassinated by being shot by the member of the Serbian terrorist organization called Black Hand. Austria blamed Serbia for the involvement in the fact and gave the ultimatum to hand over the culprit to Austria within 48 hours. Serbia declared ignorance in the matter. Without listening to anything from Serbia, Austria declared a war on Serbia. The First World War had begun with this. Okay, so now what happened was, now the Prince of Austria and his wife, okay, they had gone to Serbia. Okay, when they were in Serbia, there was a terrorist organization, or let's say there was a organization which was there. Okay, and એમાંથી જે સર્બિયન્સ હતા, okay, એ ગ્રુપનું નામ હતું Black Hand. Okay, there was a terrorist group, like let us say it was a kind of like a terrorist group only, જેનું નામ હતું Black Hand. Okay, અને ઈ સર્બિયન terrorist group હતું. હવે જ્યારે ઓસ્ટ્રિયાનો પ્રિન્સ અને ઓસ્ટ્રિયાના એની વાઇફ ભાઈ જ્યારે જાતા હતા, ત્યારે this terrorist group, they came and they assassinated them. Assassinate એટલે બંદૂકથી ભાઈને મારી નાખ્યા. Now what happened? Obviously Austriano prince and Austrian prince's wife, both of them died on the spot. So what happened is, Austria got very angry. How can you kill our people? Obviously, yeah. જ્યારે આપણા લોકો પાકિસ્તાનમાં આપણા લોકોને મારી નાખ્યા હતા, રાઈટ, ત્યારે શું કર્યું હતું? આપણે સર્જિકલ સ્ટ્રાઇક કરી હતી, ઉરી સ્ટ્રાઇક કરી હતી, રાઈટ, આપણે એ લોકોની જઈને અટેક કર્યું હતું. Natural response, no? If somebody kills you, you will obviously get irritated. So what did Austria tell? They very nicely told Serbia કે જે લોકો ઇન્વોલ્વ છે આ મેટરમાં, જે લોકોનો હાથ છે ઓસ્ટ્રિયાના પ્રિન્સ અને એની વાઇફને મારવામાં, ઈ કલ્પ્રેટ એટલે ઈ ગુનેગારોને અમને 48 hours, that is in 2 days, you have to give the culprit to us. Serbia did not listen. Serbia did not care. Austria attacked. Okay, and that is how the First World War started.